find out as we head into the game with Moses and Pat.
Thank you very much, and I think we echo those sentiments, or at least I do. I think this sits quite nicely with the Astralis, but I'm very excited to see what Liquid bring. I think we've all been seeing that journey getting to a point where it's incredibly competitive now. Where are you sitting on this sort of matchup?
I think the desk was pretty fair, all things involved. I think I'd have to go for Astralis just because of the track record, obviously. But I mean, obviously everyone's been very impressed with the progress that Liquid has made ever since. It's been a long time that we've seen this kind of increase in progress. I think the one criticism you have is at some point, you know, you don't get props for making progress anymore. Liquid's eventually gotta do something.
Just
now
they
made the finals at ESG. They got second. They beat SK. That's great. Here, I mean, this is such a tough group. It's almost like heartbreaking when you say, you know, this team has made so much progress. They're so good. They've been getting better and better, and all you have to play FaZe and Astralis in your group, and that's tough.
Yeah, well, it's no better time to prove it, right? If you make it out of this group, you're in a really, well, I wouldn't say good position. You know, there's a lot of good teams.
Yeah, it's dangerous in the other group as well.
You're still looking at SK over there. It's very, very tricky, but you certainly would be having, you know, put through your paces in this sort of situation.
I think, I mean, this is going to be cool because I mean, Team Liquid has done a great job. One of the things they've really improved on, I think it was Chad that mentioned it. JDM starting to get him involved early on in the rounds as well. Set him up properly to find some opening kills and really get him going. I thought we saw some of that old school like CLG level lounging out of JDM at ESG where he was really coming alive. That was pretty sick. But I think the one advantage they have is if they can play Astralis close, yeah, you'd expect the experience and, you know, the poise of Astralis to kind of win out in a close, you know, back and forth game down the stretch. But I think one thing that Liquid has is, I've mentioned this a couple times with Astralis, it doesn't feel like they have, you know, they go crazy and make some kind of a play if they need it at the end. Like they seem to just play like very fundamental, very standard, and just rely on not making mistakes. And at some point, you have to kind of flip that around and really go take and win the match. And it seems like sometimes Astralis struggles to do that. And I think Liquid actually in this scenario with the Liege and with Twist, they have players that are more willing to do that.
Yeah, there's certainly some X factor to that Liquid side that could definitely tip scales towards their favour, but we'll see. For me, it's eyes on that double AWP. I'm glad Chad brought it up. I'm excited to see how that applies here, because we've seen bits and pieces of it coming through for Debris, but if we're going to see what we expect from Liquid with that B pressure coming in once the sides flip over, that can be really fun to see how he handles it. That's a really, really tall task.
Yes, and I mean, this CT side is going to be critically important for Team Liquid. They have to make sure they don't get railroaded here, because the CT side can be tough, but look at the stack.
Where did Glaive just smoke?
No, this is great. There's 2 smokes in mid on Catwalk right now, but a 3-person stack over towards Ticket with the 1 flash busted up. Now they have 3 players in 1 spot, so that's a disaster for Liquid, but starting off well. There's no smoke for this either, so I mean, they have free reign to take these battles.
The only smoke was on Glaive earlier on, and as said, he put it towards middle, and it's not uncommon to see Astralis do something similar to this, take over that control towards jungle, but it's gone really poorly here. That stack has worked out brilliantly for Team Liquid. Perfect position, even with those flashes coming through so close and really forcing them back, they still held ground, not lost a single player.
The tough part is, the smoke thing is obviously the big one there, but I think Astralis just, you know, calls a strategy where they expect it to be a passive, more of a retake. So usually, you know, in that kind of a setup, there's only 1 CT player over by Ticket booth. You can force him back. You can see the kind of the idea where you can get aggressive and take over CT spawn, and that doesn't work out. A couple kills for KRB here, but he's been chipped down enough that I don't think there's any real danger of him winning this. 1 more bullet and he's gone. So, yeah, this pistol round is quite nice. Liquid just winning by setup, basically.
You love to see it.
I do.
Yeah, V, try to find him, you know, some more chances. Let's see if he can keep maybe Liquid's coin purse a little more humble as they go forward. And why not take the time on it as well? Like, you're not in any hurry. You might as well try and make it a little more costly. It's very unlikely you'll do much more. As said, that very limited HP does not sit well with you.
No, I mean, at this point, you just have to be careful that you don't delay these fights long enough that you die after the time. You have to go eventually force the hand of Liquid to take you out, so you don't get any, there's no danger of getting that poor economic, you know, if you don't get any bonus money on the pistol round, that's a disaster. Yep. Regardless, nice pistol round from Team Liquid, 3 players stacked up. You don't see that too much, and obviously it helps when the utility used by Astralis is elsewhere on the map. So those 3 players just had free reign to peek out and take fights. I don't think Astralis expected that whatsoever. So you're going to see the upgrade with no bomb plant. Not going to save up for that 3rd round. It's CZs, it's 2 Deagles on Caribbean Device. Hopefully, they're hoping that one of these can find a kill early on, just a 1 Deag, and allow some space for those CZs to really get to work.
Alright, so we've got Stanisol pushing up a little close by the B apartments. He's holding the angle. He's got a player behind him spotting for him. I'm pretty sure that's going to be Nitro, so it's not the end of the world. He's pretty safe.
The old bait and switch, Lauren.
infamous, of course. We are just going to wait and see what Astralis can do. dupreeh, let's go see if he gets tunnel visioned on this. No, they're not going to commit through, and it's nice, I guess, for Liquid to have that early warning system, but Liquid's just creeping out from the apartments. Great shot towards Twist, but Elite straight there. But again, you don't want to be losing up players in this sort of round. You want to be keeping it as clean as you can. But those pistols are so deadly, even now.
Yeah, it's a good trade, but that's softened up the defense. Now Elige has a tougher task. He's got to be very, very mindful. He's alone in the A bomb site, and there's players boosting into window. There's players in mid, and he's got to be mindful of A ramp, where Glaive has made some progress, and all the timing isn't working. There's a pop flash, but that takes his eyes off for just one moment. And this is what happens if that 1D gets one kill. All of a sudden, it comes down to timing. Important to say that aggressiveness over towards the B bomb site has 2 players dedicated to it. So more bodies taken away, and there's dupreeh, perfect positioning, and this is an absolute disaster for Liquid.
Piece by piece, Astralis are unraveling Liquid's hold. You've got to feel a little sorry for a couple of those players. Timing was certainly a factor, and it's not over yet. JDM's still putting up the best performance he can in this. He's been locked out with the scout, doesn't want to overextend, and Glaive will willingly take off his head, but 1v3 looking unlikely for Stanislaw, and there's not much to recover. I'm pretty sure all the guns that were close by have already been taken away. dupreeh claiming his prize. You can see Stanislaw trying to make it out here. If Kievi can get the kill as well, that'd be even. Oh, that was a little slower for Stan there, but he's going to get it done anyway and try and get out of this one alive. dupreeh doesn't want to overextend either himself, of course. Wants to keep the M4 if he can, and even gets him in the heels. But yeah, the difference, one deagle, a bit of unlucky timing towards A, but it all happened.
Unfortunately, it's the risk of having 2 players dedicated that far towards the B bomb site for that long, because when that kill comes out, it's JDM who's all of a sudden got to shift away from the A bomb site. That leaves Elige on his own to watch 3 different positions. That's very uncomfortable, and then JDM rotates back towards CT spawn to throw the pop flash. All of a sudden, that opens up window room for dupreeh, and there was never any player from the B bomb site rotating over quick enough to shore up that defense. So when you take just that one player away, you all of a sudden, if you're Astralis, you have gaps in the defense if you're willing to be, confident and courageous enough to probe and find them. That's exactly what Glaive did, and the timing is just very, very fortunate for him.
Liquid now as well. Let's see what they've got. Somewhat of a similar buy back into what we saw Astralis working with. Smoke towards stairs, and your default A smokes. I'm wondering if they're actually going to do anything with this, or if it's going to be timed. You've got the players coming in through underpass as well. They're going to be the ones possibly found by JDM if they're not too cautious. But these deagles can still do some work. Plenty of utility though on Astralis, so they don't need to rush it particularly. They can clear out these spots, try and be meticulous as possible. Nitro could be a little bit of a nuisance, but no, gets checked on. Twist there, right at the back of the goblin boxes, as Chad likes to call him. Does find 2 though, that's not bad. Again, looks for a 3rd not to be found, and the CZs this time seem to be quelled. Kept in check, a little bit of chip damage done here and there, taking down Kievi and Glaive. Certainly worth its value, but still. 2nd round now sitting quite comfortably with Astralis, and they can go for that nice little I guess the cheekier buy. You got the Mac 10 there on Kievi, so you can make a bit of bank.
Right. Well, they invested into the previous round, so if you're Astralis, you're saying this is where we can gain some of that bonus money. The 4 rifles and the Mac 10. Kievi to lead the way, see what he can get. Nothing bought up for the Team Liquid side. Santa's on maybe a P250, but other than that, it's the only point of danger.
And they've gone for the stack connector.
Yes, without a flashbang, without nades, so this isn't going to go well, especially because KRB is about to go on the hunt, and he's got 3 or 4 unarmored players. There's a quick headshot, going to peek for more. They're far enough away now where that Mac 10 can be tough to manage. And actually, he doesn't want to lose the Mac 10. Go for it.
Here we go. It's 10 more bullets left. Ooh. He's doing nice.
Yeah, that turned out very well for him, didn't it?
That looked really crisp. And I kind of like the way that they're basically, it looks like they're allowing Kievi to get these kills. It seems as though Device kind of backed away for a second there, but it is going to be nice work from Kievi in the end. 7K now as well.
Not too shabby, is it? And he's even going to keep the Mac 10. Oh, no, he's not. So he's going to drop an AWP over with all that bonus money he makes. Nice. The AK-47 is traded to him. So 3-1, and now we have the first buy round, but it's going to be delayed for JDM to get the AWP in his hands, and that's been a massive criticism of his throughout his career, is his struggle on rifles. At times he's done pretty good with them, but overall, his AWP is the moneymaker for him.
Oh, look at this aggression from Astralis. Straight down mid, 3 players. One played quite quickly towards Connector, and this is going to put the fear of God into the sake of the rest of the Liquid guys who are pushed up by ramp. They have no safety to fall back to now, and you can see the response from the other Liquid players. Can try and get players to jungle, be that support system. Flashed in towards ramp. I like the initiative. Try and take the fight on one of them. Pretty sure JDM caught a glimpse of maybe a shadow there. Not 100% sure, but enough to maybe give away a little bit of the game, but by now, already Astralis are eyeing up that B side. You can see as to why Kiebi's cracked it open. No one there to defend, and Astralis are dragging Liquid around this map as we speak.
Yes, Liquid's defense is reeling. Nitro coming over just in time. He's going to use that smoke, put out the flames, and also cover him, but it's just spammed through, and he takes so much damage. That's going to make him passive, and really it's all on Elige. Flanking up Catwalk. When does he pounce? When does he make his move? He's got to find the kill. That's the planner down, but he's traded off immediately. Desperate times, and Device is in position with that AWP, and the duels at range for Liquid are not going their way. It's going to be a fourth for Astralis, and you're exactly right. They just peeled that defense across the map.
Just that real. We said before that the Astralis don't always do those kind of quicker, aggressive plays. They're a little bit more, I guess, quirky in a way. Kiebi's seeming to fire on all cylinders here, which is something that it's not like super uncommon. You know, Kiebi's still one of the two riflers, right? He sits there with Dupree, but we haven't seen one of those games where it's like, oh, you know, welcome back to the scoreboard, Kiebi. This is you know, crazy sort of stuff. But if he's feeling confident, just feeling the game, and he's going to do that down middle and just put the fear of God in everyone.
Yeah, right. I mean, when he is one of those guys, when he goes off, you're just like, oh boy, one of those games is coming. He's at 9-3 right now, so nothing too crazy. We'll keep an eye on him because he's obviously heating up. Huge impact. 3 kills in this round with that AK-47. And that's the thing. This is why I think the CT side for Liquid is going to be huge. If they want to win this match, they have to have a good CT side, but it's tough because Astralis at the moment, when you gain map control, this is why they're so dangerous on this, the CT side's rotations are so critically important. And we've seen a couple times now, you think the second round, the anti-force buy, now on this round, where their defenses, where the rotations are just getting pulled into very awkward situations, and they have some players out of position, and they're always at a disadvantage when they take fights trying to get back into position.
See real work coming in for Liquid soon. Oh, Dupree, if only you knew. Elige just made it down ramp. I don't know if he's going to get much done with it.
It's alright, Elige has no idea either.
No, I guess that's one thing. They just kind of like nullify each other out. Just like, well, there it is. But Elige could have a bit of fun. If he can get around the back of the player's top mid in the right amount of time, who knows? But it's, you know, it's all just kind of RNG at this point, isn't it? But we'll see what JDM can do. The only man really with that firepower here. If he can find the right position, the right place, and get the right information gifted over by Elige, then this could get a little interesting. I guess he can now make the call. 43 in connector. But you can see the doubt, the hesitation. They're not 100% sure. They don't know if they may be going to ladder him or where they currently are. But now, surely to be signified. JDM going to try and work his way through. Bomb has been planted. Elige strikes well, but that's a bit of a shame there. 2 players for Astralis, at least for the Liquid side, do manage to stay alive on minimal amounts of HP. Dupree 8, Zipnik 6, and they do lock down the round. 4 alive as well. Bomb plant. They're going to be starting to build up that money. Look how good that is as well. Over 10k on 3 players. But we finally see JDM with the AWP. We might be able to get finally a bit of a glimpse at what they can bring.
That's the thing. It's like it almost feels like the game just now starts. This is where it really begins with JDM with that AWP. What is the kind of defense that we're going to see out of Team Liquid? Because that AWP is going to help out massively. If it just gets one pick, or even in the right position, it really helps out with rotations. He's taking it towards mid window. He is smoked out at the moment. I think he's trying to find a gap.
Oh.
And he has a big gap, actually.
Yeah, and the nade was sent right at him. It just chunked down to 40. Now, it's not the worst thing in the world with an AWP, I guess. But right now, Astralis is going to quicken the pace a little bit here. You can see them just applying pressure towards B. Backing away from it, though.
Well, here's Device taking advantage, going around the flames, and that might catch the defense off guard. Doesn't even clear on a balcony, but great shot from Dupree. That's from Palace, and there's just one player down in that A bomb site, so now it's tough. JDM, he could get smoked off at any moment. They're still toying with him. Oh, and he gets caught. Great find from JDM. Dupree overstaying his welcome.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. You can't allow JDM into this game. Look what he's done already, taken down 2. Stanislav going to scoot through mid. He should have had that, I feel. Zipnik somehow adjusted better. Down to 3v3. Where is that bomb? I like this kind of early consideration from JDM that B is completely absent from defenders. He's going to peel his way over there and maybe be able to stop this because the bomb actually in Glave's hands is heading that way.
If you're going to make this play as JDM, though, you have to be worried of Catwalk as well, so you almost feel like he might need to get aggressive somewhere, whether it's Catwalk or B Halls, because you have to eliminate one of those from being dangerous, and this is a misread from Liquid. Look at the patience from Astralis. This is the other tough part. Device has made great progress in the A bomb site. Advanced position. And he's just going to wait there. And he's biding time. Zipnik and Glaver coming up, and this is the A bomb site loss. This is basically the round loss. Liquid making too much of a gamble.
I get the gamble, but I don't know why you put all 3 players there. This is tough, and the off plant positions are so good now for Astralis. It's done.
Yeah, this is why you need JDM to have gotten aggressive either in halls or on catwalk, is because either if he goes catwalk, he's got some knowledge of what's coming mid. He maybe picks off a player coming up connector, and then if he goes in towards B halls, he has knowledge that no one's coming towards that bomb site, so you can adequately put your players in position. Now they have to clear out all these spots, and they have to hurry up. This is not easy, especially JDM alone in mid trying to find one. He's got Zipnix beneath him. He's got Device right in front of him, and here it comes.
Yeah, Zipnix's position is hard to break out of as well. You're going to see maybe a little bit of speed added to that from JDM, trying to get there as quick as he could, but there it is. Ah, man, that's a tough gamble there for them, putting the 3 players
really
towards B.
Yeah, misread on the situation. And Astralis, this is one of the big strengths of their team. They seem to be so good at the mid-round calls, and you can see it here. The patience from them is brilliant and completely confuses Liquid, even off the back of 2 nice kills from JDM. I mean, with how fast Astralis started the action in that round, they used pretty much all their utility. So when you have a minute left on the clock and JDM's got 2 kills at the op, there's actually no smokes to block them off anywhere you go. So there was a lot of territory that Astralis had to cover, thinking maybe the op is right around this corner, but they never had to face it again.
That worries me. I was getting really excited.
Heartbreak Hotel, Lauren.
Well, you know, it was like the first round we really got to see him with that AWP. He gets tagged up by the nade. It's like, oh, you know, it's starting a little bit scary. He still finds 2 kills. It was getting exciting, and then, you know, I am hoping we get to see a bit more of it. I don't want to be a broken record about it, but it is exciting. It adds a little bit of something to this, because right now Astralis is sitting so pretty. Their money's so robust as well.
They're loving life.
Yeah, they've got everything they want at this point, and seeing how they've been playing as of late, I'm not too surprised. Again, it's not been to the caliber they'd want. Obviously, they're looking for that first spot, but the brand of CS they're bringing recently has been absolutely excellent. So
it's been that way all year, right? And it's kind of strange to think. You almost feel like they should have more championships from this year under their belt. I mean, obviously a great couple months out of SK Gaming took a lot away from them. Some FaZe has been a challenge for them in the past. Still, 1-6. Astralis certainly one of the favorites in this tournament to make it all the way to the grand finals, perhaps even hoisting that that trophy here in New York. And again, most of the defense is set up at the A bomb site, so another stack, you would say, another gamble, and Elige is already forced out of B. And look how aggressive Dupree's getting. He just doesn't care, does he? Right through the smoke, finds the kill. That's the B bomb site open for the taking.
Yep, already looking for more as well. You can tell there's that little voice in the back of the head like, shouldn't really go around that corner. Don't need to go
Don't listen to that
again.
voice, Dupree. Just be a gamer. Go for it.
Here we go. Let's see if the plant bot kills him. Nitro. You can see the check on it as well. It's such an annoying little spot.
He knows it's coming.
Oh, that's just mean.
Yeah,
that's really mean. Yeah, the plant pot's killed you. I'm really quite glad to see it. Nitro does get 1. No recovery of guns here. You can see Device going through the motions of just keeping him away. Nice little movement to bait it out. You can see him trying it. They're giving it what they can to try and bait them in. Get some guns away, maybe keep them for themselves. It goes to the ideal extreme, but unlikely. And losing out on guns really for Astralis isn't much of a fuss for them, money-wise at least.
No, it's not. They don't care whatsoever. Everyone above 10K, except for Dupree, as he did fall. He had to rebuy everything, but sitting quite nice. And we're going to have the AWP back in JDM's hands. Yes, and it's actually a double op setup, so they do the switch up. Nitro's going to take one as well. We've seen this from time to time, and it's usually worked out pretty okay. I think Nitro could surprise you as an opera, Lauren.
Yeah?
I think so.
No, I got excited by JDM. Don't add another one to it.
Oh,
right?
well, it's double
There's
up.
only so many North American Opens I can get excited about, and that's why it's JDM. Delivers straight to the face of Device, and he's going to be sent packing off the back of that. Zipnix is just wondering what's happened so early on, but that's the aggression I want to see. That's the difference-making ability that we want from Liquid.
Right, and that's also what you want to see out of JDM, is that aggressiveness to just take control of the round, get that opening pick. So Device not prepared for it whatsoever, and now we've got the other guy from Astralis, Dupree, with the AWP. You mentioned him as a secondary opper in some of their double op setups, so let's see Dupree versus Nitro. That's an op battle you didn't know you wanted.
Alright, Nitro, what have you got? I don't think he's going to get much of a test just yet. Astralis still have so much utility, they could pretty much go anywhere. They could do whatever they want. But Liquid have retained theirs as well. Like, it's been early strikes from, or wherever they've gone. Not giving up particular map control either, Astralis, though they have gotten mid at the moment. Extremities did get checked on. You saw that kind of play through B in towards underpass. Dupree might be asked a bit of a task here. He does need to make some opportunities happen for them.
Well, what Astralis is trying to figure out now, because they had 4 players in mid, is, I mean, they cleared it together at 40 seconds, but they want to find a way to have a 2-pronged attack on a bomb site. Wherever they decide to hit, they want 2 different avenues of it. So Zipnix is going to get in towards halls. It's going to be a lot of players coming up catwalk. There's Nitro with the pick. He's going to readjust, and he's got to be worried. Doesn't know how many are coming. It seems like that one kill changes Astralis' mind. They're going to head towards A. They believe the rotation has gone out of it, and they're correct, but they're just getting picked off by these ops. JDM even with the tag on Glaive, and he's going to get passive, allow Twist to take care of it. So some life yet in Team Liquid. KRB just trying to save this weapon, trying to keep alive, and Liquid I don't think chases it. I don't think you want to chase this. There's a flashbang out, doesn't really blind him. No kill. Liege is going to find that.
Wow.
They did chase it.
Yeah, they did. They're brave.
They are brave. I mean, without
There's
any
that fine line, isn't it?
But I mean, you're exactly right to get excited for JDM. But I mean, those are huge picks, and I think that for Astralis going forward, I think you might start to see a change in the concept because they just got whittled down by the zombies.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And tag on the follow-up as well there. Really good stuff. And yeah, Nitro holding his own on B too. So this is good. This is very good stuff. Maybe signifying a bit of a game yet. And here it is, mid-aggression. What a way to come back into it. Spirit's clearly not broken by the scoreline or even worried about it. Still right back out to it. And look at the information they've got. Elige all the way up. No one there. All right, where are they going? Are they in B? Are they already staying up by A? You can see this play now in the back of the minds of Liquid. They now know what's coming their way. Surely Twist battens down the hatches, knowing that it's about to come through the delayed hit, but the utility's still there for Liquid. They put a couple of bits down, and there's Elige around the back. Where is this hit? Astralis are being smothered, but a good flash will put JDM off the angle, but back and forth again. This utility play is great. JDM did find one, but it's down to Twist, and he won't relent. That's perfect from him. Those 2 kills make this round theirs. Device, he is good. He is certainly great, but 16 HP against 4 might be a bit too far.
It's all about doing economic damage here, and he can get none done. This round is what makes Liquid such an interesting and exciting team to watch at the moment because they play it perfectly. Against that full execution from Astralis, they throw so many counter nades. The counter Molotovs are so good. Delays out Palace, delays up A-ramp, allows JDM to get in front of the smokes, allows him to grab an angle. But more importantly, when they take mid-control and Elige keeps flanking, it buys time for him to get behind and just be the dagger. Once he gets his first kill, if you're an Astralis player, you know you're boxed in and you can just feel the round slipping away so quickly. No success there for the Danish side, so Liquid gets their 3rd. And all that money that we talked about on the Astralis side is starting to disappear.
Certainly dwindling.
But they do have another buy after this, if needed.
JDM having a strike towards middle. We're going to see a run boost or just maybe a one player jumps out, Device takes the shot. Curious if that is just the flash and go.
I think they expected that flash to be a little bit more effective.
Wasn't great.
Listen, that's the top tier analysis I bring to the cast. JDM with another win over Device. Nicely done from him. He's been great so far in this matchup. When he's had the op. Took him 5 rounds to get it, I believe. Or 6 maybe. 6th round it came out. Regardless, it seems like Astralis now. I mean, this is a couple rounds they've been without their opera that JDM's picked off, and they don't seem to have a great plan after this. They have mid-control, but where do you go from here? Again, they had 4 players stuck in mid, and they want that second avenue of attack. So Glaive is going to rotate back through T spawn over towards A. It looks like he's going to get himself in towards Palace. Try and force a player to rotate into the arms. But it's passive. Liquid is more than happy to play retake on this A bomb site when they have a 5-on-4 advantage.
There it is. These angles. Always, it reminds me of like the overpass one, right? You know what I mean? It's just good work, but you still haven't got past JDM.
Oh God.
He's seen another.
He's feeling really uncomfortable right now.
Oh God, the flash. Yeah, you're just kind of stuck out there. You're just committed to that point. Like, I can't leave. I'm just here. And it's Duprina 1v3. Bomb planted. 2 towards CT, 1 towards jungle. 1 flash to hand. He wants this 1v1, and oh my word, that was not pretty. Nitro just wazzed us out. Pistol in hand, job done.
What did you say?
Wazda.
What is that?
WSD.
Okay. I've never heard that before.
You've never heard it?
Oh, that's a new
Really? It's North American.
It's a very like
run around.
Yeah. You don't say things like Wazda.
You say a lot of weird stuff. Listen, don't make me bring it up on it.
Nicely done, Nitro. I mean, the other pick with the AWP as well. But JDM's really giving him hell at the moment. The pick on Device, and then this is, I mean, it's basically just deja vu for Astralis. First JDM kills Device, then on top of Ticket Booth, he picks one off towards mid. And it seems like Astralis, these past few rounds, they've really gotten caught in a situation where they, I mean, for a team that's so good at map control, they have essentially none of it, because they have 4 players in mid, and yes, they control that, but you have no one else anywhere on the map. So, I mean, they're having to make these weird adjustments of just sending one player to an alternate side to the extremities, and it's not been impactful. So I think this is why we're seeing that tactical pause. Could have switched things up. I'd be surprised if it wasn't a bit more fast-paced, to be honest with you.
I'd like to see a switch up, see how those kind of AWPs handle it, or how the other players, chime in, because we saw Twist being really good from that kind of dedicated spot towards A, watching the powers push, even though he had no eyes towards connector, but I guess Elise had already pushed up, but still, the ramp pressure was coming in. It's really, really exciting. So I hope he gets to, maybe be tested a little bit, because the guy is so good when he's under pressure. At least in this game so far. 4-7. Let's see what Astralis bring. Maybe a little bit more fast towards middle. See again that smoke going towards it, back and forth in utility. Astralis paved the way towards middle, at least for now. Glaive's going to be going quite quick here towards maybe connector, but not fully committed yet. And someone's on the other side of that. Is that a Liege? It is. Right above Glaive, and obviously don't know exactly where each other are, but you can make a pretty darn good guess as to where most people will play off the back of these smokes. But Glaive now looking towards Laterum. And Astralis again have middle, but where do they take it? This has always been the thing. They get middle, but where do you go? No,
this time they have 2 players over towards A already, and that's the thing. Liquid's playing this containment. Let them have mid, and we'll just block them from going anywhere after that. Liege watching for a window room boost, and it's not going to come. Kirby and Glaive in towards middle, and now we're going to have a split towards this A bomb site. And it's Nitro over here with the op. But meanwhile, towards B, JDM and Stanislaw, really they're clearing everything out. So this is information, but it's not coming in time because here's the hit.
It's just a touch too late. Let's see if that secondary AWP can be up to scratch already. Twist certainly is, and the bomb's in a really awkward spot. You can jump to it, but they're not even getting close. Twist and Elige, the crossfire is more than good enough. There is a man loose on the site, and I'm not sure if they know he's here. I think that... Oh, now they do! Glaive! 2. Kirby even strikes in towards this. It's a 1v2. Surely not so likely. JDM's on short. You've still got Twist on site. That Molotov should force him out here. See if it burns deep enough. He's waiting. Wow, he didn't get the shot and Twist landed that? From the same spot, 2 HP remains. JDM didn't need to get involved into it, and I wanted to see more pressure towards that man. And he certainly handled it well.
Twist powdering bottoms, isn't he? Just a daddy in that position. It's good stuff.
Oh,
I mean, this is a player. He's been so impressive on this Liquid team since he joined. So it's been phenomenal to see. Still with a high performance, just one player inside that bomb site just controls everything. And Astralis is now getting blanked. This is 4 straight for Team Liquid. They've really figured things out. Now Device, he wants to take control of it. Stanislaw completely blind, and they're just going to hit off the back of this. But Nitro's here for the recovery. Oh, and there's JDM. The ops for Liquid are still just doing work, and Elige has found a great flank coming up the stairwell, but they've left the A bomb site pretty much wide open.
You can see that instant kind of feeling of dread in the pit of the stomachs as they both rotate round pretty quickly, Twist and JDM, and they're there relatively in time. They can spot the cross on JDM. If he hits a shot, great. 3 players to stand for Astralis. They have utility. They're going to go for the control and right into the loving arms of JDM. He's happy to greet this. Any more is a bonus as finally the smokes get put up. They had more to be put down, and they could have done it sooner, but now Twist might be able to get into the action. Kierby's on that kind of caregiving role, and Moan has to fall off from it, but there's Elige around the back, and it's Kierby boxed in with almost no hope here.
Yeah, and there's 3 Molotovs, 2 smokes still that Team Liquid can use, so there's no chance. As soon as Kierby's spotted out, and look how systematic Liquid is still being. Molotov to clear out the boxes. They now hear the gun, so the defuse is going to come in. He'll be blocked off, and Kierby knows he's lost it. Knows there's no chance. Listen, Duncan said that this was Device's favorite map to op on, but he is not having a great time in these past few rounds. He has been just completely taken out of this game in terms of his impact.
And I feel as though I almost have to kind of underline that for, for Device, right? Any other op, sitting even, it's not the best in the world, it's okay. But for Device, normally he's cracking open sides, everywhere on the map, hard to get away from. And there's just not much of it. Nitro and JDM seem super aware, or, super good at dealing with it. And look at this, a little bit of a switch up. Beautiful movement from Nitro to get himself towards Cap pretty quick, but the flashes are good as well. Oh! Nothing's working for Astralis. That is so good from Nitro. No idea that Glaive was exactly there, but sees the shots, knows the timing, lands it. And now early advantage sits so well with Liquid. It's almost tough to watch.
It certainly is if you're an Astralis fan at the very least. Liquid fans are rejoicing at the moment. Big turnaround from them from early on. Running low on utility is the CT side though. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs, 2 Molotovs, but that's all right. They can handle it because they still have the double ops, and essentially, I mean, does the same thing as a smoke, right? Just closes down 1 choke point. So Twist is going to get aggressive towards A ramp. I don't believe he'll peek it. He's about to get pinched, though, so this could be a very uncomfortable position coming right through, but Elysia's got his back. And now Twist, he hears the footsteps. There's a player on stairwell. Dupree taking down Elysia. Good trade there, and Twist still is unfound. No one coming from Palace, so he's safe. Here's the peek. He sees the utility out. Can't get the kill, but he does recover. Can't go all the way down. It's the flames beneath him holding him off.
And Dupree's just adding fuel to the fire now. The flames still burn, but what can he do here? Just staring it down at this point, and Twist will step out and get the kill. But that was really quite a knife's edge, but still a clean round, all said and done for Liquid, 4 alive. And this is why we were excited for those orbs. This is why we were so wanting to see it come through. Because let's bear in mind how drastically one-sided this was at the start.
Right, and that's the unfortunate part. It took him so long to get the op in JDM's hands. But now that they have it, now that he's got rolling, he's been great. But, I mean, Twist as well has really come alive in this A-bomb site. He's been doing a brilliant job anchoring down this site when the hits do come in. And you can see, I think Astralis is just finally convinced it's the last round of the half. They don't even want to mess with A. They're going to go all towards the B bomb site. One player in mid. Going to be a little bit of a mini split. It's Stanislaw and Nitro here to defend. Yeah,
Nitro's ready. The flashes are good. They're not checking on this. Nitro now, your last line of defense, at least for a couple more seconds, and he is more than up to the challenge. Elige will put the cherry on the cake as they do just about get the lead on the half. 8-7, but what a way to recover.
Team Liquid win pistol, lose the second round, and lose 7 in a row. It was a 7-0 run for Team Liquid to end that half. We'll see if they can keep up the momentum coming in the second half.
Two are getting rough, my mind just sounds like Shia LaBeouf. It says no, 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 just no, 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 no. And every time I see him with you, my heart sounds like Shia LaBeouf too. No, 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 no. Shia LaBeouf, it says no, 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 just no, 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 no. And every time I see him with you, my heart.
It seems as though North America might have actually turned up to play today. We have on the other stream, Cloud9 currently beating out Na'Vi, but you know that's yet to close, and it's nowhere near as close as this is. This is a better game for the two of them, at least to my eyes. What we saw for a recovery from Liquid was exceptional. Once they got those orbs out, it was a beautiful story, but Astralis now have that CT side, but they know this is not going to be an easy game.
No, but you still feel like this map, you want more CT rounds than just 8. Still, I mean, a long way to go for Team Liquid, even though they have the advantage. Here comes the hit. Walking out of Palace, Kirby underneath there. That's, you know, that is him. He doesn't get the kill, but Dupree does. There's finally a kill for Kirby. And Liquid cannot find these kills. He's still alive. They don't have the communication coming in. Knives are out. Finally, he's taken care of. But that's allowed so much time. Glaive's in position. There's even a player in CT spawn, and it's all over.
It's not rank S, boys. Please. What is going on?
That was so sloppy. I didn't expect that to be a thing.
like, to be fair, right, it is a bit awkward when you're sat there with, like, a USB and, like, you're still alive somehow, you haven't killed them, you've got, like, a million-year reload coming in, but it was just both sides sat there just trying to, kill each other with wooden spoons at that point.
That's
but,
the round if you're Caribbean, you're kind of, like, laughing to yourself and to your teammates, and you're just like, that was dumb. I don't know how I didn't die, I don't know how I didn't get kills. Just
but here we
laugh.
are. 8-8 back into it. But Astralis, aggression up middle. Not too uncommon. We saw Liquid going for a little bit of this every now and then. It was quite nice to see, and they certainly made it work with the Liege, especially. But dupreeh being played in a little here. That nade could be really rather problematic if they don't swing out wide, and they do, but they still do manage to get the kill. So dupreeh does fall. And we have 2 remaining. We have Elige and we have Stanislaw. P250, Deagle. Can't take him too lightly.
Nice catch.
Good work.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Yeah. He's, all ready and waiting. Stan, don't know how much room you're going to get to play with here. There's already a player pushed up to those B apps, so going to be hard to get past Xyp9x. He is only 30 HP though, so I guess it's possible.
Xyp9x doesn't make mistakes.
No, you're.
He might be a robot. We haven't figured that out yet.
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yep.
AI has really come on. Dota just gets the what is it? The one that just sits in mid lane and just trashes all the pro players. We get Xyp9x. It's decent.
Yeah.
Good job, Val.
I'll take Xyp9x any day.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Stan, though, what's the plan here?
Get a kill. That's not going to happen, but you would like one. Yeah, he's going to go down. The important thing is that... Ooh, all right. Fooling him a little bit. Nope, no, he's not.
The robot is there. 2000, no worries.
It is kind of cool though. Liquid doesn't invest in armor that round. It's just pistols, so they're making sure they have the money going into the 4th round. They don't want to have another situation where 6 rounds in, JDM just getting the AWP for the first time. So they want to get that on the T side very, very quickly. They want it as fast as possible because you saw the impact he had on the CT side, but if you get him going on the T side, he's able to get those same openings. That's going to make things a whole lot easier for guys like Elige and Twist as they follow up into the mid round.
Elige seeming to shepherd someone to get closer, and we do see the smoke wall possible at this point. Nitro ready for the jump off over by Palace here. Kiebi down below again. Hopefully they don't struggle like before, and one way to not struggle like before is just to not check on it. Now we do with a bit of force as well. That's good. Twist gets in on this. Oh, this could be huge. It's just Xyp9x. They smothered them from start to finish, and Zip is on, what, 12 HP? Yeah. This is so good.
He's danked a little bit of Glock burst fire as well, a throwback right on Caribbean underneath. You don't see that too often, but it is nice. And Xyp9x, yeah, he's got no chance into this, so that's just please someone make a mistake. Please someone walk into the open, and Liquid's not giving it to him. And where did that come from? This is the round where they didn't invest a whole lot.
No, they had a couple of smokes flashing, bits like that. And, maybe a CZ, P250, but wow, that's...
It works perfectly, doesn't
it? It really does. You kind of want to watch it back to see how it all unfolded, because suddenly we had a player kind of pressuring by the stairs. We had obviously the Glock burst coming out, and
obviously some great shots.
100%.
I think the big thing is when Caribbean goes down, you could see his teammates wanted to pressure through the smoke, like kind of come to his aid a little bit. Yeah. And they just got picked off by these pistols coming through the smoke. So some brilliant shots and taking advantage of some of those aggressive plays out of the Astralis side. I don't think they're necessarily bad plays. It's just they got punished this time. So nicely done from Liquid. Both teams winning a I guess an eco or a force buy on their T sides now.
And we're back all square. I love it. Absolutely love it. So we do get to see JDM now on that T side with the AWP device. And that's the CT side, so notorious for how he likes to play with it. And Elige straight towards middle, Molly in, back away, going through the motions. But let's see if there's anything out of ordinary here. So far, it's kind of as you'd expect. No AWP for dupreeh available yet, of course. Lacking the funding. Twist as well over towards that B side with JDM. Maybe looking to try and get that early pick going for themselves.
JDM would just love someone to try and find some kind of information. Not happening so far. And Xyp9x and dupreeh, the 2 defenders at this B bomb site, pretty much playing the buddy system. So it's going to be tough here. dupreeh is a very weird angle. JDM now knows how aggressive you want to get. He's been distracted. Great pounce from Xyp9x. Twist not there to play buddy system with him. So it's Xyp9x and dupreeh coming on top of that initial battle. And there's the ult. There's the vaunted. You can see they want JDM to be aggressive early on in these rounds. They want him to find picks.
Oh, it's incredibly valuable. But now a double AWP for free. Always deadly. Dupree generally sits towards the B side, plays on the bench, pushes up towards Apps, sits towards Ladderum, but we are going to see him put under pressure. We'll see if he can maybe come up with the goods. He does have Zip there with him, so he'll be kind of creating that crossfire. He baits the fullback. I like that, but he doesn't hit the shot. That's a problem. Flash comes in. Don't know if he can get away cleanly, and Zipnix is under pressure from short now. Pressure all around, but Zipnix will not falter. Dupree's gone and Twist is there. This is looking unlikely for the Astralis boys, but Device might be able to bail them out from this as well. They're still aware that Zipnix was nearby. Great work from Elige to check on this, and even better from Elige. It's down to just Device in the 1v2, but the pistol is great, and now one more shot would do it for him. Flash high. Looks for Stan. Stan already got himself towards the site. Picks up the bomb. Gets towards Spot and Device. He knows what's happening. Oh my
God,
word.
he's got to chase the cell. There's only 2 seconds left.
Can he stay alive? Oh! Device denies in the final throws of that round, but that was down to the wire, quite literally.
I do not know how Device wins that round. I don't know how Stan was trying to stick that plant.
That looked like he was trying to full plant as well. Like, he didn't, like, just tap it. He...
A bit bonkers, obviously. I mean, it'd be tough to know if he was going to win that if he turns the corner. He has to go kill pretty much immediately. But I mean, Liquid does such a great job bringing that round back, and Device just steals it. That B hit just took too long. Astralis, even though they were losing players, they held on just enough to that B bomb site that allowed the rotations to come in. And I mean, Liquid had to fight every inch of the way to even get in that position. Now here's just a full-on rush. It's a full buy out of Liquid. Tech9 leading the way, but it's Nitro with the UMP who gets the kill. Dupree now and KRB are here as well.
Ooh, that dink, where did that come from? He's been sent packing. Bomb plomp, very, very viable now. Elige going to put that one down. JDM playing close and attentive towards that kitchen. You've got a bit of pressure building towards short, but Twist is your kind of last line of defense there. Does have the rifle in hand. Boost towards short above the smoke. And they're going through the motions here. Quite a tough retake, though, even against Tech9s, UMPs. That site works well for it. Cut the lines of it towards your favor as the Molotovs now come in. JD... What? Device? How is he able to do this? Outdoing the Tech9 close range, but there's Twist. That last line of defense holding on tightly, and Glaive hasn't got a shot in hell. Great work from Twist again there.
Yeah, brilliant. He's in position to help both of his teammates as well. He's stacked towards Catwalk, and as soon as JDM goes down, he knows exactly where to peek, and that's a reset. That's a huge round to win because they know getting into that one-on-one used a lot of the economy of the CT side, even in a loss, so they just force buy and they go for the punish, and just the timing of a huge hit onto that B bomb site is great. 10-10, and Astralis is going to be forced back onto pistols. They're going to buy into this round. It is going to be a double save, so you're going to see picking up, the Deagle, the armor, the CZ on armor. It's the utility where it's going to be questionable of what they have to bring forward, but Liquid not willing to give up at any point in this match so far. This second half has been a slugfest. Yeah,
absolutely, and I'm really enjoying it though. This is why I guess everyone does get excited for Liquid, even though sometimes when you see the result does end, eventually go to the other teams, where you see this potential always throughout these games, these exciting rounds where you see each individual having these great moments. Stan obviously a little quieter than the others, but everyone else is pulling more than their weight. It doesn't seem to be a huge influence on how everything's panning out. Obviously, you want to get a couple more on the board, but if your fraggers are doing the work, what does it matter? So for now, we'll see what Astralis can do about this one. Armor, CZ, Steagles, very much flavor of the week here, at least in the upgraded pistols department, as Elige goes walking in. Nitro already has 5-3.
So aggressive as well. Coming through the smoke and B, it's pretty much a rush-up catwalk as well. Liquid has put a lot of pressure onto this B bomb, so it'd be interesting to see if Astralis is going to adjust and maybe cheat a player over there or try and shore up that defense, because it seems to be favored by Liquid at the moment. That's always the gamble for the CT sides, though. Could be setting up a hit towards the A bomb site late in the half when it hurts most. Regardless, Liquid in full control now, as they have lost no one here. These UMPs doing some work. KRB and Device positioned to get some exits. There's the Deagle. Missed shot. KRB not showing himself just yet. And do Liquid want to chase this? They kind of have to, it seems. Oh, there's 2 quick kills. Might not want to do that anymore.
No, maybe not. JDM will quell one of the threats and Twist the other, but you've got to be cautious in these rounds. Don't allow those potential guns to be taken and what have you. Glaive does manage to stay alive.
Cool by Astralis, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, using the bomb blast is basically a third wall. The Liquid's just like, oh, we can't go back that way. We've got to fight here. So, 2 kills, not as deadly as it could have been, but nice job from Astralis. 11-10. This time, it's going to be pretty much a full save. Glaive kept that CZ and armor. No one purchases anything outside of that. You can see Mac 10 on Nitro. The UMP still on Stanislow. So they've got some money makers in the mix. Very different approaches on the T sides from both of these teams. Liquid, I think, kind of sensed they had the economy of Astralis against the ropes, and it was just brute force towards the B bomb site. Astralis on their T side was more slow-paced, was more map control, was more, I guess, cerebral in its approach, tactical.
Nitro on his own at the moment. The rest of the team mostly split towards middle, but there is one player as well holding very, very passive towards spawn, and these guys are quite meticulous, but Device falling off this now. Feeding into the stack quite possibly here. There are a good few players here from Astralis, and Glaive with the CZ across the map, and this is going to unleash Nitro. But Dupree with patience of a saint, but it matters not as Nitro gets there with the Mac 10. Glaive now in the 1v4, not feeling so up to this.
Device is just like, could you please shoot at some point while he runs around the corner at me with the Mac 10. Coming in a little late. Can't blame him. No really right answers in that situation. If Brave got away with the second kill, that would have been phenomenal, but regardless, only losing a Liege. That was a UMP. They're going to be fine with that. 12-10 now.
Here we go.
Liquid looking for an upset early on at ESL One New York, and it's within grasp.
Yeah, Nitro getting up to about, what, 7k now as well. After that work coming in with Mac 10, after the purchase, not sure how much he'll be down to, as it does seem as though he's keeping hold of it here. No head armor. Glass cannon on Astralis as well. If he can find anything with this, that is going to be such a disaster. Mid-aggression coming through for Astralis, and we'll see if Nitro can do something about this. If he does, oh my word, sprays him wildly. He does do good damage, but the final blow comes out from Elige, the 2 kills.
That's perfect from Nitro. The lower tier weapon, a weaker weapon, obviously taking the lead, taking the distraction, doing some damage. Elige perfectly peaks for the trade. And they have a man advantage now with the double kill from Elige. So huge. Now they have mid control as well. They forced Dupree back away from window. And essentially this defense for Astralis, you can see Zipnik's getting aggressive on Catwalk on the minimap. I mean, that's just because they want to shore this up. Otherwise, it's just so spread out, there's no chance for them to help each other. Zipnik's is going to find one. That's huge. Great job by him, but it's Stanislaw lurking in Palace. That's the next task for Astralis, and actually twist in mid.
Yeah, JDM's angle is so hard to work with and play with, but he makes it look so damn easy. But now the bomb still needs to get out of Palace at some point. Flash out, on you go. Device, he's one of those that can make these count, but no armor, not much more play. You kind of want to keep this AWP as best you can, but what a way to get into this game now, Liquid. I'm loving this.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, Liquid giving Astralis a taste of their own medicine, just calling pause, just hitting the pause button in the middle of that round and just saying, everyone stop, everyone watch for a push, everyone watch for an information play. JDM finds that kill as the smoke phase, as Zipnix tries to do a little more. And there's Twist, even taking out the AWP, reading the play from Device, 13-10, and Astralis has nothing.
When's the timeout for Astralis? They need to come up with a plan because they're getting outdone on every single front.
Yeah, this is great. The Stars, I mean, Twist and Elige have been phenomenal in this, coming up with huge kills. You can see 22 and 21 kills. JDM was great on the CT side, but here it's really where you're seeing them shine. Elige and Twist and some of the post plants have been phenomenal.
Yeah, and, well, we know that Astralis can't fight this round, so it should really be a 14-10 scoreline, but Pistols can still do work as much as they shouldn't necessarily do as much as they do, but still, I am loving what Liquid are bringing. This hasn't been cheesy. It's not been like some random thing. They're playing good CS.
I mean, they applied a lot of pressure to the economy early on to get that break, which is exactly what happened. So Astralis had to sit a couple rounds out, and then from there, it's just been brilliant mid-round. I mean, getting some early kills, that trade between Nitro and Elige, and then just saying we'll beat you out in the 3-on-3.
Glaive? What?
Device?
Happened?
Stand?
They've just won on all the extremities, basically. Yeah, that's a problem now. This is a huge problem. Dupree taking the head off, and Zipnix is there. It's gone from bad to worse. You've got one man standing. Elige is now just curious as to how the hell this happened, and so am I.
Oh God, Lauren, it's happening.
No, I forgot this is a thing. I forgot it's a thing. It can't be a thing because it's unfair. Oh, ooh. Christ.
JDM's less than happy.
Oh. Why did I forget about the whole choking thing?
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Huh?
Listen, buckle in, Lauren.
We've got
for a wild ride here. Yeah.
We've got the old, many a year ago Astralis choke.
Yeah.
You know? But they've kind of
they've gotten over that, haven't
yeah,
they?
they've moved on. Now Liquid I forgot about as well, but
it seems like they can't just get away with it. You thought maybe it would stick with like some one of the older lineups.
Yeah,
it's
the brand.
Yeah, it's tainted.
I do like Team Liquid. Bear in mind, I'm not just throwing them on the bus like everything you do.
Yep.
But no, No, it can't. Honestly, the way they're playing up until this point was so good. It just shouldn't happen. It was great stuff from Astralis to keep this window open for themselves. You know, the great shots coming in. It wasn't cheesy either. You know, well done.
Here's the real disaster, Lauren. Is yes, they lose a round against Deagles and CZs and Pistols, which obviously hurts, but they didn't kill anyone from Astralis. So everyone on Astralis basically has a free weapon, and they're all sitting with 3,000 or more in the bank. So that one win has actually given them 2 buys, and now the aggression comes in. Now Astralis is feeling it. They know they've got a lifeline, and they want to build on it.
Zip needs to hold on to this site, though. Nade goes in, smoke goes up. He's tried to isolate one, but he gets outdone by Nitro. Bit of a miss, bit of a whiff. And now Glaive's completely open and vulnerable. Dupree might be the only one to keep this B side together. As now he hit the brakes slightly for a second while the kind of dust settles for a moment. Play coming up late from Cat. That could be huge from Twisted. That's going to surely take out Kiebi, but he waits. This could be great. Twist now needs to speed up, though. He needs to help out Nitro, who's all alone. He tried to lurk it out. He tried to play this right. Surely Twist can make it something. No! Kiebi's going to find him. The timing just slips away from them. This can't be happening.
No, that's actually brilliant from Astralis. Instead of sitting back and just, you know, waiting for the plant to come in and biding your time to make the move, they go on aggressive. They take that round out of Liquid's hands, and they're the ones to initiate contact. And you can see, if they had waited longer, that flank from Twist kills Caribbean, and then, you know, they're contained into market. But instead, they get aggressive. They retake the bomb site before the bomb's even planted, and Liquid's not ready for it. They can't handle it. And here it is. You could feel it coming. Liquid looking so good, but they're sliding back down the mountain.
I can't fathom it because they deserve to do so well, but
this is competition, Lauren. No one deserves anything. Like that was
really quite cold as well. You know, that's like the new like.
It felt pretty
logo,
inspirational.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We'll put it on some like weird little wallpaper background, and it could be like those inspirational things they put up in offices. Something that won't be put up in an office is what's going on in this round, though. It's a little bit of a dry one so far. Pick comes in for Dupree. It's a little slow, little as you'd expect, and well, bomb's just going to be recovered as we speak. Get that back into hand. And Team Liquid look for opportunities, look for ways into this round. You can see how passive Astralis are playing as well. Look at the defensive line.
Yeah,
basically.
They just don't care. they're not putting themselves in any kind of a position to get picked off by anything. Even so, Dupree gets dinked up but not taken down, and then he just bails out. Now there's a find onto Caribbean. That's Nitro in a great position, and that was Caribbean not following rules. You know, abandoning the line that they had set up and going through the murder hole, overextending. So now an M4, or excuse me, an AK-47 on Nitro, and he gets dropped very quickly.
This will be 13 to 13 unless Twist can claim 3 lives, get a bomb plant, do something brilliant. Got himself a rifle. 2 players already kind of posted towards B though. Dupree to the right, Device towards window. He could get a 1v1. He could walk around right between both of them if he maybe tried it. Device was quick there. Didn't want to even consider that being an opportunity. Puts it away. We're at 13 rounds apiece. And yeah, we're going to find out who it's unlucky for at this point, aren't we? Because money's okay now for Astralis. They're back into it. We've got a good buy for Liquid. I guess this is one of the big rounds.
That's the big thing is the money's phenomenal for Astralis. Still off the back of that one economy win. I mean that force buy win is just their money has blossomed. You know, they're not really in danger this late in the match of getting a reset, and again, Zipnix is going to be aggressive towards top mid. This is punished Liquid in the past, and that's a beautiful pop flash. He sprays down 2. Elige with the trade, but the damage is done. The nade even coming out, brilliantly orchestrated from Astralis, and that could be the dagger.
And if the first move wasn't that kill, is Device to find Stan, leaving Twist in the 1v4. 14 to 13 rounds loom, as Twist will spot out 1 clean kill. That's incredibly valuable at this point. He's going to fight for this as much as he can as well. Don't know how much he's going to be able to find. Bit more utility to add to the belt, and smoke goes in.
Does it?
3rd time's a charm. Might give him a little bit of play here, a little bit of room. And actually, Astralis aren't responding to this yet. They've still got the plays towards B, 1 towards middle. They're banking on Kiebi being more than up to snuff. So, Twist here, having a little bit of a look around. He's maybe going to get an angle towards Kiebi, but surely the trade would be instant. You look at the options here, it's limited. Oh, the shot does come through, and there's Kiebi. 14 to 13 now. Astralis reclaimed that lead, which had, had been ripped from them really after a good start. So credit to them to recover, but you've got to start feeling for Liquid here. This was their game.
Both teams having really slow starts to their CT sides, but finding ways to make it work down the stretch. Astralis now firmly in control, and without a plant there, Liquid's going to be on just pistol, so they have to play for overtime. Unless a miracle comes out. We did see them win one of these early on, but it seems like Astralis is choosing to play passive to prevent that. But as I say it, push in underpass. So it's a big battle. He gets dinked up, and he's taken out. So an early 5-on-4. They've got to be careful.
That's how Astralis got back into it. It's a round like this, isn't it? You know what I mean? Just pistols, bit of armor here and there. Clean sweep.
But
Team ace.
Kirby and Glaive have complete control of mid on this CT side. Kirby's going to push underpass again, going to follow it up, so he'll have a quick flank if they do hit the B bomb site, which looks like it's coming. Liquid's got to be careful. Do they check this?
Nitro! Unaware, completely caught out. And oh, the flash is just filthy. Look at it. That's a massacre. That even shouldn't be on Twitch TV, let alone anything else. Dupree finding 4, and well...
Even those last 2 kills, you could see. I mean, the Liquid players were so worried and confused and surrounded. They were actually looking the other way, looking behind him for KRB. It's gone relatively unnoticed, but just to bring it up quickly, we don't have to discuss it. We don't have to hang on this fact. Yeah. Stanislaus at 5 kills at the moment, so he's having a bit of a rough game, I would say.
Yeah, at the half when they were still doing okay and they came back into it, you kind of started to go, it's all right as long as he's doing well. But we've got aggression coming in towards Palace, and now it looks like that's been met with force as well. Dupree being forced back there, got a bit of a tag towards him. Has this? No. Liquid kind of fall back again, so it seems though Dupree tried to go for an early play towards Palace, but that didn't work out.
And both teams wanted to be aggressive very early on in this round towards the A bomb site, and both teams were met with more force than they wanted, and they just back away. Dupree is brought down towards 40, but I mean, look at a smart decision from Liquid. 4 players for Astralis essentially at this A bomb site.
Zipnik's on his own towards B as well. Like I like the way he pushes up though. This was something that we were kind of looking at with Liquid, was where they is decisive. You know, when we saw that round from JDM, not quite pushing up as far, and I kind of like the way they're being quite decisive here.
I think it was a great read from Astralis because Zipnik's actually started rotating towards Market as if it was going to be a heavy A hit, and instead he just goes back and pushes up in B. So they kind of knew how much force Liquid was putting towards that bomb site. There's Catwalk. It's a rush up, and yeah, Zipnix is the big thing because he can cut off the bomb. Twist has to be perfect. Flashbang comes out. Zipnix gets the kill. Now JDM can't progress unless he finds that pick. Alicia's taken out the B defense, but they have to be mindful of Market. JDM, this is his kill. The round is on him.
This is horrific for JDM. So much pressure. Time is ticking as we speak, and he needs to get past Zipnix. He's done just that. It's still game on here. 4v2. Kievi and Device. We're depending on that kill, and a quick one from Device will keep this back in the realm of possibility. No bomb plant yet either, and that's the molly coming in. JDM dies to it.
Yeah, that's not good. They're stuck out in the open against this AWP. There is also one player coming up. Catwalk being planted safe.
That's a tag as well.
Somehow it goes down. Stanislaus watching. Catwalk is huge. Oh, he gets aggressive. Device isn't ready, and he finds the kill. Into a one-on-one. Oh, KRB. He wins it. It was so close in Liquid. It was a progression of the match slipping away. Even that last round, battling every inch, but it's heartbreak.
Honestly, it's hard to watch these games go that way. And this is group stage.
Yes.
This is the second game of the day, and we're seeing stuff like this. Credit to Astralis for their kind of longevity, that mental fortitude to grind back in, but this looked like it was Liquid again, right at the helm. They were so close.
Listen, they're going to have that. I mean, they just got kicked in the gut. That's got to hurt so much. They're going to be reeling. We'll hear from the desk right after the break.